Hello Gundam fans, this is Prime92, and today I'll be looking at the 10144 Real Grade Destiny Gundam from the Gundam Seed Destiny series. So it's the newest representation of the Destiny. Looking pretty good. It does have some color separation in the light gray. That's really about it. It's very minimal on the color separation, which I am a little bit disappointed in. I think they're going to reserve that more for Master Grade, so they're kind of trying to deviate, but there's really... I guess there wasn't a whole bunch they could do. I don't know, I think they could have made maybe parts on the arm here, different color, maybe some parts on the shoulder, if you compare it to like the Strike or the RX-78-2, it's starting to lose that real grade feel in terms of the color separation, but it still, detail-wise, looks amazing. It really does. It really does. You got the eyes here, which are the only stickers I use on the actual model, pretty much, are the eyes and the cameras. You know, the back of the head there. Even nice thruster detailing all over it. It is nicely detailed. It does have an opening cockpit, which is not the easiest to get out. I guess it's easier to do like that with the bottom piece and then grab this and pull it out. And you do have the cockpit in there, although you have a little Shin in his uniform with his holding his helmet. Yeah. So the cockpit is empty, as per usual. And you have a lot of stickers right here. Like I said, I use the eyes. You have 3 different eyes. You can use the ones that are, the eyes are outlined, so they're clear. Use the one that's a solid piece with the eyes that I use, or just the eyes themselves that are metallic green. And then you have all the silver. You got these parts which I use that are for the shield, and then all the decaling, like markings and stuff. So quite a lot. It's a very big sheet. And the figure is actually, it stands pretty well, even with the backpack, and I think it's because of the feet. If you look at the feet, the heels look a little weird to me. They're a little further back than I'd like, and I think that's how they're supposed to go. That's the way it looked like on the instructions. I can't figure a way to get them any further forward, and it actually helps because it distributes the weight a little bit more, and the fact that the wings are on hinges, and are kind of like ball joints, so you can actually push them forward a bit and offset the balance of those wings like that. So it does stand rather well, and I know you might say use an action base, but if you haven't got a lot of space like me, it helps if it can stand on its own. That is a little problem. I think it's just because I don't have it pegged in all the way. Yeah, it does snap. It's just some parts aren't super solid. I mean, there's a lot of pieces going on here, but for the most part, it is pretty decent. Some parts might come off on you, but for the most part, it is pretty good. Now the head goes up and down, and forwards and back, and rotates. The arms, forwards and back, pretty far forwards, and up and down the torso. They did decide to get rid of, they eliminated the the big protrusion of the armor here. It's kind of sunken, you see, into the gray piece, so when you open it up, it still doesn't come back down, but it's not as noticeable as on like the Freedom or the Strike. The arms can go up until they hit the wing, and the armor can go out, and the actual beam boomerang piece is on a hinge, which is kind of neat. So the arm can go that high. Rotate below the shoulder, double jointed elbow, although no armor separation. Except for here. The elbow actually moves, which is nice, but nothing here. But at least we got something. The stomach can go forwards and back. It's on like a double crunch. You can kind of see the armor moving inside there. And then side to side. And rotation at the waist. That was his bum. The front skirts are separate. I do sometimes find these panels separate. The side skirts are on a hinge. The back skirts are separate. There we go. The legs, pretty much all the real grades have this, I think, but there's it's like a little catch right there. You can lift, I think it's pushed down, and you get the legs to go higher up in the actual waist. I can never get it to work right, and because the inner piece isn't super solid, it's a more of a flexible material, like the hands, which I forgot to mention are the fully articulate ones. So you have the ball joint, the hinge at the wrist, the knuckle joints with the hinge knuckles, like any other railgrade. Anyways, the legs go forwards and back, and out as far as the side skirt will let them. They can rotate that far. Double jointed knee. It's very tight on mine, but it does do a little bit of panel separation here. The back flap here on the thruster can move, and the thruster can too as well. The foot, the armor here, can kind of move up and down a little because it's connected back here and a little side to side. And the foot, forwards and back, side to side, rotates. And the foot moves down and up, and the toes a little bit. And then you got the wings, which I already mentioned, have a ball joint connection at the base, and they can rotate. And then the wings will move up and down at a hinge, and also open up. Like that. And then the holders for the weapons here. And, oh boy, he's starting to come apart. Oh no. Anyways, the holders are on a ball joint here, and a swivel. And then the little flap on the thruster can move. And the thruster can move. It feels like it should, but it doesn't really move that much. But it feels like it wants to. So, articulation, pretty good. It's about as good as any other railgrade, I'd have to say. But because of those wings, you can get some pretty nice looking poses. And he will stand. There we go. That's pretty good. So articulation is really good. Now this kit does come with a lot of hands. I have the manipulator hands on them right now. You also get 2 beam palm hands, which I really like. And you get 2 of the, here it is, 2 of the closed hands. Although they could hold something, they do have little holes there. And you have the beam rifle holding hand, which is good. It has a little hole there so you can peg the beam rifle in. Speaking of the beam rifle, here it is. It is pretty nice. I do like the way it looks. It is more detailed than the original. Even the master, I'd have to say, looks a little better. You got the movable handle. That's about it. It does peg into the hand, either one, the manipulator hands or the trigger finger hand. But it also can peg into his back skirt, which is I think why he's coming apart back here. I pulled it off before the review, and I think that's giving it a little bit of problem. It's not pushing as well as it should be. But I like the storage. Let's get these wings back down. And we also have the normal shield, the physical shield, which does open up a little bit. Not too bad. And it'll peg onto either arm. Got a little hole right there. Or, if I can get that off, you have the beam shield, which has 4 stickers on it, which it looks okay actually. And it was okay completely clear. You could leave the stickers off, paint it blue with the clear paint, which I could do. But it doesn't look too bad. A little foggy. And so all you have to do... Actually, let's do it with a hand that doesn't have... isn't attached to the body. Take out the little yellow piece. Plug that in there. And... bada bing, bada boom, you're done. You got it on the hand. So it's pretty simple, basically like all the other Destinies. And now we gotta get to his other accessories. We have the beam cannon. This is the fold-up mode. There we go. And it does have the handle it can hold, which is on a joint and a swivel. So you can move it around. It has a little peg, so you can peg it into the hand without a problem. And there's a little teeny peg right here, so it'll snap together pretty well. And it does hold very nicely on the backpack, because it actually seems to be you push it, put it in, and then push down, and those little teeth right here will kind of like catch, like that. So it'll hold pretty well. And let me take off the beam rifle. And then you can just... Oh, boy. Yep. Well, he doesn't need a waist. He has a cannon. You don't need legs in space, right? But there we go. So that's pretty good. I like that. And the beam sword. Which is the same thing. Opens up. Little hilt pieces you can extend. And it does come with the effect part, which you just have to peg this part into the bottom, and these two teeth right in the holes here. And there it is. Pretty nice. Got a peg here once again, so you can put it into a hand. I guess I can try it. No promises. Oh, there we go. It's in his hand, and he's not even wrapped around, so... yeah, looks pretty solid. And... what fell? His cannon fell off. And stored on the Destiny. Just like with the cannon. Just push it down, push it in, and slide down. Get in there. Your wing's in the way. Push in, slide down. There. And of course, the boomerangs, which unplug from the socket in the shoulder. And you have a different beam effect part. You got the little one, like that, which is, I guess, more like a boomerang piece. And you've got another set of long ones, which is more for like a sword, a beam saber, which he has used, I think, once or twice, at least once. He used it once against the Justice, I know that. Now, there are no holes, but really, I don't think you're going to need them. Because it's a pretty tight fit in here. Yeah, there we go. That looks pretty nice. I really like the boomerangs as beam sabers. And your sword came off. Yeah, they hold pretty well, unless he hits the floor. But if he hits the floor, then they might come off. And that is about it. You also have a little stand connector for an action base. And those are all the accessories. I really like them. Of course, there are no Wings of Light effect parts, which is too bad. If they had given it to us, it would have been nice. But, as it is, it's pretty awesome. Alright, so comparison time. Well, I think this kind of makes sense now. The Destiny with the perfect strike. You know, basically, the perfect strike. Which looks, they look kind of neat together. Because they basically have all the armament of each other. So that's kind of neat. And let's see if I get this guy standing straight. So I can show him next to his original 1-144 counterpart. The high-grade Destiny Gundam. Real grade's a little bit taller, I'd have to say. If I stand him, if I stand a little more straight. Like I said, you kind of got to get these wings forward to get him to balance himself, but he will, as you can see. But yeah, he is a little bit taller. Stand up, please. Than the high grade. Now, it would have been nice if we could use these effect parts from the high grade on the real grade. That'd be super. But unfortunately, it wouldn't be super bad, but these wings, the little teeny ones, are obviously not even close to the same size. And so, you could kind of wedge it in there, but it's never going to look right. So if you want to get the effect parts, you're going to have to either buy Bandai or try to find something in a third-party market. But yeah, even though we don't get those, I still really like this real grade Destiny. I think it's very nice. Yeah, it does have some connection pieces problems. It's not a big deal. it could be just mine. Articulation is about the same as any other real grade. I love the accessories because it has everything it should, and they hold pretty well, and they display very nicely. It just, my biggest complaint is the missing Wings of Light, but other than that, it's a really good kit. So either get this guy or wait for, if there's going to be a 2-pack with, yeah, like a deluxe pack with the Wings of Light, or just get them later. But still, should get this guy at least once. So that's about it, and I'll see you at the next review.